Okay, custom Katana Lite cut test. Second tatami mat. And my fellow swordsman Nick is doing the test cutting with the custom Katana Lite. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, see, that was a bad cut.
Yeah, try to stick with diagonals if you can.
That was pretty cool.
That was a good cut.
That was nice. It's been a while. I didn't put enough force behind it. I've been too merciful. But the cuts are all nice.
How's the edge? That was a smooth cut.
The edge barely, I mean, it was fast enough on the first couple cuts. There's barely residue.
Yeah, there's nothing on the edge.
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, I don't mind getting my shirt dirty. Check this out. It just
comes right off.
Comes right off like it should. Cuts smooth as silk. I can't complain about that. Really, really light. I mean, astoundingly light. I think that actually affected some of the power on that.
Actually, consider, since you're somebody else besides me, what's your feedback on the lightness and how well it cuts and how well it handles?
It handles well. It's very sharp. But the penetration is affected by the weight.
Mm.
You have to drive it for anything but a perfect diagonal cut.
So would you say that it's not necessarily a beginner's sword, or would it be more of a...
This is not a beginner's sword. This is because you have to be able to just blast through. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm. Let me try a cut with it. I want to see something. Because after what you're saying about the handling, there's a cut I want to try. And
I don't know if there's enough mat there.
There probably isn't, but I'm going to try.
Well, if you catch wood, it's durability test.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we're supposed to be testing it to durability. I see what you mean. I mean, when I'm doing it, I have to make sure I'm snapping. Right. I can't.
And I wanted to see what a weaker cut would do, because you shouldn't have to, with a katana, work that hard. You know what I'm saying? But it's taken the full, a 270 wrap just to get that cut.
Yeah, I couldn't do, like, say, a gen cut. Well, actually, I hit the dowel.
Well, but still, well.
Ooh!
Well, I won't point that. That's actually pretty good.
That was actually and the blade is not damaged where I hit it.
Well, we wanted to test.
It went right through the dowel. Well, not completely through, because I was doing a rather light one-handed cut.
I mean, but that's nice. I mean, it took, I'd say, 3/8 of an inch, half an inch of dowel through a tatami mat. Just, yep.
Yeah, it went into the dowel rod and almost completely cut through. It would have done it all the way through if I did it two-handed. I just went like that. I wasn't even like trying all that hard. I just went like that, and it.
Yeah.
I think, as far as. Yeah, this is where it hit the dowel, right there, and you can see the edge is.
And I think it comes down to you're used to stylistically making a lighter sword hit because of your Jin specialty.
Mm-hmm.
With me, I'm used to a katana. When I'm using it, I ended on the heavier side. I'm katana Dao type of anger.
Yeah.
So
I think for. I think this is a success as far as the market that.
Right. If you're I want to say a more professional swordsman who's looking for something that's lighter to handle but will do. Your technique does the work in this, not the weapon. So.
Which actually, in some ways, like if you're I think if you're like a straight up backyard cutter, like this would be my assessment. If you are a straight up backyard cutter and all you want to do is just cut, chop stuff up, you might want to go for something heavier. If you have a bit of skill behind you and you're trying to test how good your technique is, this is not a bad idea.
What that'll do, it's sort of like a Jin with a raised middle, where you can tell the difference in sound. When you don't, if you slip, we both did it intentionally to see what would happen. If you slip with it, it won't cut, so you'll know you've slipped. So if you're looking for someone who's looking to refine their style and they want a tool that will help them gauge their errors. No, it's unforgiving, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
I think I think you summed it up quite well.
Thank you.
I think, yeah. I personally think this is a good, like, beginning backyard cutters. This, by the way, rips through bottles. So, like, most backyard cutters, they were going to be doing soda bottles. I might do a couple more tests with the soda bottles to show you what that does. But I did earlier tests with this on milk jugs and soda bottles, and I was doing it one-handed.
Well, it's
just like,
right. It is great for a trained, an established martial artist like yourself. I think it is an advanced tool for an advanced practitioner. And I think if you goof up, like I said, I goofed up to see what it would do. I wanted to see what a bad cut would do.
It actually held up. The one thing that
the durability is incredible for as light as it is.
It is. I thought that with some of the bad cuts we were doing, that this was going to take a set, and it didn't take a set. I'm really impressed with that it didn't, because there were some, like the one cut I messed up on because I slightly turned the wrist. It still cut through, and it didn't take a set. And then you did cut that definitely didn't go all the way through, and it shook, and it's still.
And that's the only way to test it. It's a very durable weapon. It's a very elegant weapon. It's incredibly well balanced. It's incredibly fast. Its downside is it's not forgiving, which, honestly, to me, if I were going to start cutting again, and it's been, like I told you before, this 9 years since I've cut with the katana, I'd want something like that to tell me, wow, you goofed up. And it can take telling you, wow, it goofed up. And it can take taking a chunk out of a dowel, which none of us expected.
I thought there was another ding, and wow. Again, just it went right in.
I just want to show that.
And this was a one-handed cut.
Yeah, just
a light one-handed cut did that.
So, I think that's what you've got. I mean, there's something else.
All right, so custom Katana Lite cutting test. It performed quite well. I think this is ready for the market. It's a good light cutter. It's a great one for forms practice and for somebody who's definitely working on their cutting technique. This will definitely help them, I think. So, end of the test.
End of the movie.